Hey YouTube, so this is the other guy coming to you today. So in today's episode, I want to do a review on this plasma cutter right here. This is a Simadre brand. It's an off-brand. I think it's a Chinese-made brand. And what's awesome about this plasma cutter is that it is a 3-in-1 plasma cutter. My primary use for this is plasma cut, and although it comes with a TIG torch and also a stick welder connector, I haven't used those, so I wouldn't be able to tell you how good they are or anything like that. However, for what it does, I'm very happy with it. It's almost been a year that I have this unit here. This is the Simadre 5200DX model, and you can get this one for under $500 from eBay, free shipping included. I just want to let you know that with the 10-month that I've have experience with this unit right here, I'm very satisfied. If you've been following me, I've used it to build 2 bumpers actually. 2 bumpers and other, no, actually three bumpers and other projects as well. So, so what's good about this this unit? It cut reliably. This is a 11 gauge steel plate. As you can see, it cuts really nicely, but you have to have a very stable hand. Now the torch is not a pilot arc torch, right? So with this, the torch is the scratch type torch, where you have to scratch the metal and then build the arc, and then it'll start cutting. Okay, so air pressure. I hooked this thing up to 80 psi as per the direction that came with this unit right here, and it cuts very nice. You can adjust the current flow here, okay, up to 41 amp, and it'll cut anything from thin metal all the way to a 1/4 inch thick plate. However, it struggles at its maximum thickness that you could use it on, which is a 1/4 inch, and so it really struggle on that. You have to be very patient to cut with a 1/4 inch thick plate. However, 11 gauge, 10 gauge, 12 gauge, slice through like butter. Okay, this is 3/16 right here. It cuts through like butter as well. Here you can see it cuts through right here. My hand wasn't really stable, so you can see the jagged edge right here. But let's see here, my hand was pretty stable. It cuts really nice, and here as well. Let's see. So you have to be very stable to cut. Well, this here is another 3/16 thick wall. It cuts really nicely. You can see the line that I drew here, and I want it to cut across it like that. So it cuts really nice, very dependable. I haven't had any issue with it. So the negative side of this, I'll show you. Through the 10 months that I've been using this, this is the ground part of this unit, and this thing used to have a copper wire, a flat copper wire going from this tip, arcing back like that to this tip. And I have to say the copper quality that came with this ground cable here is that it was really thin and soft, and 6 months into my usage, it all fried up, right? So it's not really good. I'll show you the difference between this one and my Lincoln MIG welder. So this is my Lincoln MIG welder grounding clamp. That's, you see the wire here? That's what I was talking about. I've used this for over 6 years now, and this unit has had no problem with the copper wearing out or breaking apart. like unlike this one. This thing breaks like so easily right here. I don't know if it's the quality of the copper made by the Chinese, but yeah, you could tell that the copper here is still very good. Whereas there's no more copper here, but it still holds. There's some straying here, but it still works. Okay, whereas this is the Lincoln. The Lincoln has a little bit more of a higher quality feel to it. The spring takes a little more oomph to open the jaws. Here it doesn't take that much effort to open the jaw, but it bites. Okay, so the negative about the torch, okay, the torch works as it should have, it should be. It works and it cuts every single time. The only thing that I don't like about the torch is that sometimes this little trigger right here goes in and lodges itself closed like that, and it doesn't come out. You have to tinker with it, and it'll come out. As far as the electrodes in here, this is the condition of it. Okay, it still works. The question that I have is, it's kind of pitted. See, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of pitted. Okay, the hole there is kind of pitted. So the question that I have is, how long will it last? This torch. How long will this torch last? Okay. Now sometimes, like I said, this trigger right here sticks, and it doesn't want to come out. That's just pros and cons about this thing. These are the expendables here. I bought a total of 3 sets already because of the projects that I've used. This one's ready to go. This electrode. Okay. And then here's another part that's ready to go as well. So this ceramic cup right here never broke on me. It's always been dependable. I replaced more expendables than the cup itself, right? And it works every single time. It works really nice. I wish that this part of the torch, okay, is fireproof. What it is, the reason why I say fireproof is because this is made out of cheap rubber plastic. As you can see, I burnt some. I dropped some of the burning metal onto this thing right here, and this thing is able to shield some of it, but it's melted the plastic. I don't know if you could see that right there. There. This was the first time I operated it, and I noticed that it burnt through with some of the debris, the fiery debris coming out of the steel being cut here as well. See, so I wish this thing was made out of leather, so that I don't have to worry about protecting this thing. So now that I'm aware that this thing is really not really heavy duty, when I cut, okay, I tend to wrap this thing over my shoulder like this, so that I can protect this part, right? If I don't do that, and if I cut this thing, I'll show you. If I cut this thing just like this thing would be on the line of fire, and the sparks from the metal will drop onto the line, and you don't want that to happen, because inside here is an air line, an electrical line, and if you if the sparks, the molten metal happens to eat through this, you won't have a torch anymore. So yeah, you need to protect this. So how I do it now is I cross this thing over my shoulder and blast away. Yeah, so that's how I protect this thing right here. This whole thing right here works really well, like it was designed for. I've never used the stick welder and I've never used the TIG welder on this machine right here. As you can see right here, it has the option of switching. If you TIG, right, if you put this to TIG right here, it has the option of using the machine or just the pedal. And I'm thinking that it comes with the pedal, but I don't know where. Okay, so so here we have TIG mode, that's arc mode, and that's plasma cutting mode. Okay, so this little button right here can control all three options. For what it's worth, $450, you can't beat it. If you have been following me, I bought a $175 plasma cutter from eBay. That thing was sad. It wasn't working. Luckily, the owner, the seller, was able to refund me my money back, and I used that money toward this one. This is actually a really nice machine. Would I recommend it to anyone? I would. As far as my experience has been, it's been very dependable. It cuts all the time. I haven't had any issues with it not cutting to my not cutting to the way I want. So it's been cutting very well. This is the Simadre 5200DX, and I've been very happy with it. The pros and cons. The cons is that I wish they would make a better grounding clamp, and I wish the torch would be a little bit better quality, because the trigger happens to stick whenever it wants to. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, this is the 5200 Simadre DX, and it's been very dependable to me. So I thought I'd make this video to let you know how this machine is coming along. And that's that, guys. You could see how I use this if you follow me with my builds. This is the machine that I go to cut metal. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are. If this video is informational to you, please like and subscribe.